inside Curtis Granderson Stadium. It's the 2023 MLB Nike RBI Central Regional Tournament, and we are underway. Gavin Malater and Austin from Austin. We were here a year ago. We're back, and it was so much fun. Good to be with you, my friend.
Oh, it's so good to be back. How can you not only see some great baseball, but in a beautiful field and city like this, the backdrop alone is what I came back for.
18U as it starts off quickly with a first pitch and a first batter strikeout for the White Sox RBI ace. This team won the 2023 RBI World Series last year, Austin, and they looked for a repeat down in Florida.
And why would you not be going for a repeat? If you can still bring a stacked of a lineup this time around, you're going to keep it going. And I think White Sox Nike RBI is able to do that.
Well, start though against the home side, so just like last year, these two teams open up the tournament on the 18U baseball side. There's a strike to make it 1-1. This is going to be a fun weekend for us here on the WCSN networks at about 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, as this pitch is lined in the right field, but will be caught for the second out of the game. And then tonight, the 15U Cubs and White Sox Nike RBI programs will go to battle. That was the title game in last year's championship tournament in 2022 in the regional. White Sox ace at the time is what they were known as, winning that one on a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th inning. So we got two great games tonight on the baseball side, and then White Sox Nike RBI takes on Cubs Nike RBI in the softball game at 5:30, Austin. I mean, this is the crosstown cup to get things going. That's a hard hit ball back up the middle and through for a 2-out single. So there you see the offense. It's a very different lineup. Last year there was so much power on this White Sox team, Austin, but in your mind they look a lot more balanced.
Yeah, you know, present day baseball, power is the name of the game. But I think now White Sox themselves, just the fact that we've looked at their lineups top to bottom, they're going to have those power guys, you know, in the heart and the meat of the order. But they're going to surround them with heavy contact guys to really get into big RBI situations.
Runner goes. The first pitch is taken for a strike. The throw down a second is dropped there. Stolen base. That was great hustle out there. As taking that ball, and that bag is Collazo. This is Flowers, the right fielder, and he skies this one to deep center field. Ranging back and making a great catch to end the inning. So nothing comes of the 2-out single. We're through half an inning. No score here on WCSN. Back inside, Curtis Granderson. No scores. Be at the bottom of the first. Captain Miller, Austin Kroom, and the pitcher, Antoine Harvey for Cubs Nike RBI leads things off. First pitch misses high out of the hand of Kavari Thunderbird.
What a name.
There's a lot of phenomenal names that we'll get to show you and you'll get to see on display over the course of this weekend. But I think it's going to be tough to top Sir Jamison Jones last year of the White Sox, then Ace program, now White Sox Nike RBI program. It's going to be tough to top that name, and Sir Jamison Jones put on a clinic last season, or last year I should say, at this very exact regional.
He definitely did put on a clinic, and just how well he's done overall is shown. He was just in Seattle last week for the high school showcase right before a few days, the All-Star game.
Harvey to left field, that's a base hit, so Cubs Nike RBI has their first hit. It comes in the leadoff spot from their pitcher, and now that brings up Xavier Arroyo. Xavier is the center fielder. He is so pumped up. We got the chance to talk to him pregame today. He is fired up for this weekend.
How can you not? He wants to beat his crosstown rival, White Sox RBI. He said the goal at the end of it all, representing the C on his chest, if we're not bringing a chip home, we're not doing it justice.
He steps out. 7-inning games, by the way, as these are all high school players. First pitch, and Arroyo cuts and misses there from Thunderbird. There are time limits as well to make sure we get all the games in here at Curtis Granderson tomorrow. 5 games on Saturday, 6 games in this ballpark. As this is popped up in the shallow right center field, you're going to have to fight the sun out there today. Making the catch out there is the center fielder for White Sox Nike RBI, and Thomas.
First baseman, number 30, Alberto Carrasquillo.
So one gone now for the next man up, the first baseman, Carrasquillo. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Cubs are Nike RBI trying to strike first. They struggled in the tournament opener. They were the first game last year. It's the same exact matchup, and White Sox Nike RBI dominated. And now they may have Harvey hung up, but the throw is low, and safe there at second base is Antoine Harvey. Stolen base there for the Cubs pitcher.
He got a really good jump on that as well. You know, the throw over from Kamari Thunderbird just off the glove of Castro. Thought they had him dead in the rights in that pickle.
So it's a 1-ball count with the runner on second base. Early opportunity here for the Northsiders to strike first. Thunderbird deals. Ground ball at third base is Heathers across the diamond, low throw. Now Harvey on his way for third, and he's in there. A productive out there, but there's 2 gone and the runner at third.
Shortstop, number 9, Jordan Vasquez.
So Jordan Vasquez comes on up with 2 gone. Here in inning number 1. Vasquez is playing shortstop today for Cubs Nike RBI. We're threatening here in the bottom of the first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss. That's a good breaking ball there, Austin.
I don't think I was able to throw a breaking ball at that rate. Not even when I was in high school or going into college. I don't even think I could do that now. You know, I was never gifted enough to be able to throw that dirty of a snapdragon, but
Snapdragon, that's
never heard that, really.
I haven't heard of that one before, all honest with you. I've been playing or around the game of baseball since I was 4 years old. I've never heard anyone call it a Snapdragon.
Really?
No.
So Lance McCullers for the Astros, he calls his curveball the Snapdragon. That's where I got it from.
So it's like Major League 2 when Rick Vaughn comes up with a thing called the eliminator.
Basically.
Because that ball is fouled off 1 and 2.
Everyone's got something, you know, for able to name their pitch. You got like the Slambio. There's a guy in the Yankees, Ian Hamilton. It's a slider movement with a change of grip. I don't really know the physics behind it, but for their TrackMan, they call it the Slambio.
It only took you 15 minutes to bring up a Yankee. That's impressive for you.
Give me time. I'll let it eat.
1 and 2 to Vasquez on the way. Got him looking. Outside corner cheese from Thunderbird ends the first inning, and we're scoreless here on WCSN. We're in the top of the second. No score still here on the Windy City Sports Network. That ball is back off of Harvey. He tries to recover nicely, and he can. One gone in the second. That's a nice defensive play, Austin.
You really just got to make sure that his ankles are right. See, that's never, you never really expect to come back, whether it's a chopper, a liner, or a screamer at your head. But the fact that he was able to field it right off the shin and toss it to first shows that he's going to keep going.
It really does. Here's the DH in Vasquez from Andrean High School, class of 2024. He's the DH today for CWS. Harvey just misses high, and the count goes to 2-0. Cubs Nike RBI is trying to bounce back in this tournament overall. On the 18U side, last tournament didn't go in their way. They saw themselves not qualify for that championship game like they did on the 15U side. Austin, do you think there's added pressure of being the quote-unquote, and I know there's two Chicago teams in this regional, but this tournament is hosted by Cubs Charities. Do you think there is an extra added pressure as being the quote-unquote host team in this event?
I think there's some when you just got to look at everything in the sense of it. But you also got to realize, if you're the White Sox, this is also your city too. Like, it's an evenly sided thing, whether it was.
That ball's roped but foul down the left field line.
Whether it was White Sox Nike RBI or Cubs Nike RBI in this one, I think you really just got to go and give it the best you got. The Cubs a little bit more added pressure. I think White Sox might have more if they're the defending champs.
3-2. It's a hard hit ground ball deep into the edge of the outfield. Grass goes Vasquez, and he got him. Oh, what a play there at short. 2 gone in the second.
Wow. Good range, good stop and pop. What a way to start it.
So a highlight reel defensive play. He was from about a couple of steps into short left field, and he made that play for the second out. Here's Jonah Weathers. Weathers is the third baseman today for White Sox Nike RBI. Marion Catholic class of 2024. That was a really strong play there at short. And that's the type of plays that the Cubs need to have this weekend. It felt like at times the defense wasn't really behind them, at least on the 18U side. Obviously, 15U they went to the championship game and fell eventually because of the second place qualifier getting in, as that's a quick walk there for Weathers, and he's aboard with 2 gone. Those are plays that they need to make all weekend long, especially when there's 8 teams. It's a very competitive field this year, just like it was last year. Defense is going to be a premium this year.
Yeah, but you got to set the pace in day one. We saw it last year. Some of the defense, it was a nighttime game finally once 18U was finally able to get in.
Fouled at third by Hernandez, but he recovers nicely to end the inning. So we'll hold that thought right there. We'll be back with some more defensive talk after this. We're for an inning and a half, no score in the tournament opener. Inside Curtis Granderson Stadium, no score as we hit the bottom of the second inning. Kevin Malater and Austin Groom with you as the first pitch is lined into right center and caught there by Essex. 1 gone on the first pitch.
And the half inning ended before we were able to end the talk about defense, but setting the tone defensively, Kevin, just when last year started, the 18U played the second game, I remember most of the teams were nervous. You're playing in front of a lot of fans. You're in your home city. You got the weight of Chicago on your shoulders, and that sometimes leads to some blunders and errors on the field. We have not seen that so far through an inning and a half. And you really just got to set the tone for the rest of the weekend if you're trying to search out that championship.
Each team has traded 1 hit as George Salazar, the catcher, and they're going to play him for his power. White Sox, Nike RBI dugout telling left and center fielders Flowers and Thomas, hey, get back.
Especially Flowers and left. Coaching staff went out there and was like chopping his arm, just keep moving back, and this is not a short field by any sense.
Salazar pops this one up out of play. I mean, we only saw a handful of home runs in last year's tournament. 2 in the opener. One on day 3 by Harrison Barnes of Cincinnati Reds Nike RBI.
Wow. You remember that.
Yes, I do. It was in the first inning, too. It's a leadoff home run.
Believe I was at DePaul calling softball that day.
You were at softball. I was with Ryan Sikora, who was with Henry Dominy, the new member of our crew.
I was with Tia Reed.
3 balls and a strike as Salazar ties his shoes. Ryan and Henry will have the call at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central of softball between these same programs in the Nike RBI softball division. And there's a walk for Salazar, second base runner for Cubs Nike RBI. They weren't messing around with him. Once they fell behind, Austin, they were not messing around.
And you know that with power hitters. You see certain aspects of the game and you go, you know what? That guy's got some pop. I may not want to deal with him. And you just kind of leave it be.
Pinch courtesy runner out there for Salazar. So that brings up Cincinnati, the second baseman, with 1 out, the runner on first. Cincinnati bats from that right side. Another lefty-righty matchup here. Off the corner, and that's a strike. Corners are available for those pitchers to nibble at tonight. Thunderbirds so far has done a nice job attacking the strike zone, Austin.
You really have to. But also, there's going to be a point in time where if you're just going to keep trying to nibble at the corners and slice off as much as you can, that you're not going to get those calls, so you're going to be forced to feed it right over the heart of the plate. You got to see who takes advantage of it first.
There's a check, and safe at first is Salazar's courtesy man. Ball 1. Up and out. Nice play by Collazo there to keep it from going to the backstop.
Luis Gonzalez, the courtesy runner.
Gonzalez being aggressive with his lead off of first base. 2-1 is the count. Cincinnati cuts and misses, and we even it out. First of 3 games tonight on the WCSN networks. Softball starting on Channel 2 at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. Then 8 Eastern, 7 Central for the 15U opener. That one's fouled off, and it is a 2-2 count still.
That 15U game's going to be fun. It hits a point in the night. With it being a Thursday afternoon, a lot of the parents and families are going to be here, but once it gets off of work time, that's when the fireworks happen.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Always a good time when the Cubs and Sox get together, no matter what age division. 2-2, backdoor breaking ball. Couldn't get it, and it's full. Three and 2. That one's back up the middle. Cheney flips it. Barbosa. Oh, what a play. Oh, 4-6-3 inning ender with some razzle-dazzle to it.
Did he just barehand that?
I think he did.
Joey Barbosa. Wow.
Add that to the highlight reel and an early Wem gem in this tournament. We're going to the 3rd, still scoreless. This is WCSN. 3, and we return here on the Windy City Sports Network. And first pitch swinging. That's a base hit to right field off the bat of Cheney. And the leadoff man's aboard in the 3rd inning. Still scoreless. The White Sox Nike RBI now have the lead in the hit category.
Something tells me it may not stay that way for very long, Kevin.
They've put up now 2 hits. They've had 3 base runners, 1 per inning now. Top of the order in Thomas, and that's in tight. Thomas struck out swinging in the 1st inning to kickstart this ball game. It was on 3 pitches. And he skies the 1-0 a mile high. Harvey can't find it. Vasquez can, and there's out number 1. What was that about the offense?
Yeah. I think somebody flipped the script here a little bit.
Oh, so you're saying you weren't given an early copy of the script by the script writers?
All I know is that the Eagles aren't making the Super Bowl next year. I'll tell you that.
Okay, all right. Let's we move on. Essex takes that one off the corner, ball 1. That's a bold take.
I'm a New York Giants fan. I'm not. You know how this is.
You're delusional.
I am delusional.
Great baseball analyst, so stick to it.
I definitely will.
Great baseball mind, so stick with baseball.
Stick with baseball, at least until the fall.
At least until the fall, yes. Fastball, it's in there for a strike, 1-1. Safe there at first. That was Cheney. To quote a good friend of mine, we are so back.
We are so back.
Great to be with you all again. 1-1 on the way, and that one is downstairs.
Kevin, I think we should talk a little bit about what we've been doing in the past couple of months, and it's been a year.
Yes, good to talk to you all again. We are fresh off of seasons with different summer league teams. Very grateful for them as this ball is smashed in right center field off the bat of Essex. On his way for 3rd goes Cheney into 2nd, and safe there is Essex with a double. He rows the boat in celebration, and there's 2 on in the inning. So, never mind. You might have been right there earlier. You might have been.
You never know. Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell with this scenario here. Palazzo did have the first hit of the ball game in the 1st inning. He's 1 for 1. He swiped 2nd base. He's got 2 on. Cheney on 3rd, Essex on 2nd. Harvey in a big spot here, wants to get out of it. He only has 1 out though, and his first pitch misses high. As a pitcher, how do you go about this at bat knowing you're trying to keep this game at 0-0, yet you don't have those easy force outs that you would like to have in this scenario with 2 runners on?
So the traditional double play is out of order. You do have to realize that, but the way the defense is playing, left field especially, Gus Padilla is playing really close in, and so are the corner infielders in Hernandez and Carrasquillo.
This ball is hit in the air to deep right center field. Arroyo camps underneath and he makes the grab. This will likely score the first run of the game, and it will, as Cheney crosses, and White Sox Nike RBI grab an early 1-0 lead on a sacrifice fly by Ricky Collazo.
But yeah, you know, the left fielder and Padilla was playing in, and the rest of the outfield, center and right, were playing back. So I think Collazo might have realized that, which is why he was just a hair early and shot it to that right center alley. That's the perfect spot to hit it at if you really want to get that first run. It's exactly what he did.
Inside, that's a strike to Flowers. The Kenwood product is 0 for 1 with a fly out into center field that ended the 1st inning. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Harvey's bringing heat.
But he's also really been going with that off-speed piece, especially the slider. He's been trying to clip the corner and hit a high call, which is a bold pitch to throw, but the home plate umpire has not really been calling it so far.
So that opens up the scoring in this tournament as the 0-2 is popped up, and it'll find its way towards the seats here at Curtis Granderson Stadium, Les Miller Field. With, in my opinion, now I might be slightly biased if you know where I'm from. My opinion, though, this is the best possible view in terms of backdrop you can have from a broadcast booth in the country.
So I think if you're looking at Les Miller Field and you're just looking at the backdrop itself, you got the city. I think the only stadium that comes remotely close to it is BYU.
Still, it's not even a contest.
And even then, it's not
contest.
really a contest. You have the mountains, but you have downtown Chicago and left center field. How can you really not want to see that? And I've played or called games at least at 2 of the stadiums in the country that have now been basically called like top 5 glorified looking stadiums, where App State plays in Boone, North Carolina, now here. And this is miles above that. So it's not a homer call.
Back to the mound, and this will end the inning. But the Southsiders in White Sox Nike RBI strike first. Bottom 3 up next after this break. Bottom 3 after White Sox Nike RBI took the advantage. Hernandez leads things off for the Cubbies. Kevin Malater, Austin Kroon with you. 18U baseball in the tournament opener. First game in the entire tournament. No pressure on us, my friend.
Absolutely none.
And no pressure on these players. But they're all enjoying the moment right now. It's a 0-2 count. Thunderbird has worked quickly and effectively so far through 2 innings.
You got to also remember, it's only a 7-inning game. So he's basically going a quarter of the game if he was going 9.
Grounded to second. That's where Cheney plays, and out number 1 is recorded. So Jack Pelican will come on up. 1 gone in the inning with the top of the order on deck.
No pressure. We've both called some high-pressure situation games. I know you've called a couple March Madness games. I have myself a couple basketball or baseball tournament games. I think this might take the cake.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one does for sure. 1-0 on the way. Make it 2-0. Pelican started for this Cubs team last tournament. Saw him out in the outfield. In the left field, he gets the start in right tonight in this tournament opener. 2-0. Upstairs. And the count goes to 3-0.
Would be quite surprised if he even moves the bat off his shoulders in this pitch.
I would be too.
Seen crazier, though. You never know. We'll see.
Well, you called it. Ball 4. Did not move. Barely even flinched. Yeah, it's a 1-out base runner in Pelican for Cubs Nike RBI.
Seen crazier. Seen guys swing for the fences on 3-0. I've seen guys swing for the fences 3-1 and then 3-2. I've seen it on 3 straight pitches.
It's a tough look there for a hitter.
Coastal Plain League, there it is for you.
And this is why we love summer collegiate baseball.
Don't get me started.
That one is a pickoff attempt. Safe there is Pelican. It's always tricky with a lefty on the mound, too, to try to steal those extra bases. That one misses high, and it's 1-0.
So the only thing I'll say, if you're trying to steal on Kavari Thunderbird, he's got a very Aroldis Chapman-esque windup where he kind of coils his upper half and his lower half stays slanted. So if you were going to steal, you got to do it when he coils because he's not really able to get out of that wind and check over at first. So if you are going to steal in this situation, you really do have to wait until the last second.
Get some words of encouragement from his coaching staff, and Thunderbird is ready to go back to work. He's thrown 5 consecutive balls after getting Hernandez to ground out to second base. One on to Harvey, who's the top of the order. Big cut there. 1-1.
Trying to take the life out of the ball.
Whew.
Down 1, but he was trying to go up 1.
Fouls it back, and now he's behind.
It was a better approach.
He is.
Swinging out of your shoes to protecting.
He's pitching, he is hitting. He's already 1 for 1 tonight. So, hey, here you go.
Shohei Ohtani, why don't you?
You had to bring up Ohtani.
My bad.
Down goes Harvey, and there's 2 gone in the 3rd. Austin.
I'm sorry.
Austin, come on, man.
I know it exists. I know. I'm not going to say it, but it exists.
This is year 2 of doing this now. You know, but this happened to you last year, too.
It happens all the time, Kevin.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Arroyo, who flew out to the deepest part of the ballpark in the 1st inning. Oh, 1. Ground ball hit hard, but Weathers makes a nice play and comes away with it to end the inning. We're through 3. We're moving. 1-0. White Sox Nike RBI here on the WCSN. We're in the top of the 4th inning here on WCSN. Kevin Malater with Austin Kroom. White Sox Nike RBI on top 1-0. In Austin, a new pitcher, a left-hander, and David Diaz is to the mound in place of Antoine Harvey.
Trying to switch up not only the arm slot, but the arm side. Trying to get a difference of opinion when just using your eyes to figure out what's going to happen. Kevin, we're already halfway through it. So it makes sense that you're getting to it early, but it's been a really quick game.
This feels especially quick for me, considering I did a 4-hour game last night. So yeah, I'm here with this.
Hey, I get it. I did a 5.5-hour game in Macon, Georgia, just about a week ago.
There we go. Diaz has worked quickly. His hat has flown off on a couple of pitches, and he falls behind 3-1 now to Castro, who grounded out to then Cub pitcher Antoine Harvey in the 2nd inning. That's a good piece of hitting to the opposite field, and Castro's aboard with a leadoff single. That was strong and a great piece of hitting there, Austin.
When you get good wood on it, or in this case aluminum, how can you not send it? But that's really been what's been the picture for both teams so far is the defense. We've said, Kevin, it looks really good. But the 1 or 2 hits that have been happening, aside from the 1 run last inning, have really either been well-placed walks or well-placed singles.
The only extra base hit was that double hit by Essex in the 3rd of the White Sox Nike RBI program. Strike there to Vasquez, and it's 0-1. The DH for the Southsiders is 0 for 1 for ground out to short on a the best play of the tournament at the time, made by Vasquez at short. That's a fair ball out at second base, and that is going to be a double play. How about Salazar pouncing on that ball immediately, getting the guy out at second base, and they turn 2.
I don't know if anybody who's watched baseball ever has seen a swinging 2-6-3 double play.
And just like that, the leadoff man is gone. Weathers takes an upstairs breaking ball just a bit high.
Wow.
You like that one?
Makes your eyes light up.
Fastball strike there.
And what do you really do? You just see curveball at your eyes, and now you saw fastball down the middle. The speed situations. How do you catch up to that or slow down now?
That's fouled off, and it's 1-2. Diaz was fired up after that double play, and now he's a strike away from ending the inning. He's got, like you said, Weathers off balance so far. He goes with another curveball, and the third baseman just got a piece of it.
And he was late on that curveball in. So now if you're going up and off speed, you may want to go low and heater and try to just get him to paddle over it.
1-2. Another breaking ball that's popped up. And Carrasquillo makes the play on the run. So an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning out of the bullpen for David Diaz. We're going bottom 4, still 1-0. 4. Still 1-0 is the score as Carrasquillo comes on up to lead off the 4th inning. That's strike 1. Cubs Nike RBI currently being shot on just 1 hit.
Outfield is being told to move back. The same thing that happened in his first AB. Savion Flowers in left. The coaching staff told him, play way back. Everybody else is somewhat even in the middle of the outfield. But the fly out to center that Kamari Thomas caught, that was hit to the deepest part of center field that we've seen today. It only makes sense.
2-2 now. Weak ground ball to Cheney at second. He charges and makes a nice play there for out number 1. This White Sox Nike RBI team, they're showing off the leather right now.
Oh, definitely, especially Cheney. He's made some difficult plays where he's had to range back, and now this one running forward, so it was on him glove side when he made it. It was slow enough that he probably could have barehanded it, so the transfer from glove to hand, he's got that quick speed.
So that brings up Vasquez, who struck out looking to end the first. Pops that one up foul, and it's 0-1.
Something tells me he will not be going down looking at this one. Once you have it happen once, every time it's 0-2, that protective swing, it really comes out.
Thunderbird tried the backdoor breaking ball, and we even out the count. Reminder, this is a 7-inning game. All games in this tournament on the baseball side are 7 innings, so you have less chances to score. They're going to be quicker games because these are all high school players after all.
And a 2-hour time limit.
That's
so if
something to keep in mind.
Whatever happens first, if this game started at 4, it's 4:55 now.
Approaching the hour mark as the 1-2 misses up and away. Thunderbird right now has just 2 strikeouts. Looking one, Vasquez, who's the current hitter in the first, a swinging one of Harvey in the third. 2-2, and Vasquez goes down on strikes for the second time. Good pitch there from Thunderbird, and there's 2 gone in the inning. Padilla flew out to right field to start the second inning. Breaking ball that misses down and away, 1-0. Up the middle, and Thunderbird will just take it himself. How about that? He's thrown 4 shutout innings, and that ends the 4th inning here on WCSN. Barbosa leads you off the 5th inning for Chicago White Sox. Nike RBI in the ace program, and they lead 1-0 here in the tournament opener on the 18U baseball side. Gavin Malater, Austin Groom, and our WCSN crew with you here from the Windy City. And this pitch is skied into center field. Arroyo having to come in. And he gets there in time for out number 1. Austin so far now, 4 have gone by in a 7-inning game. Early impressions.
Defense has definitely been the key to drive the car today. I don't know how long that's going to stand. This is game 1, not only of 18U, but also of 15U baseball and softball. So there's so much time left, and you just know, based on the fact of this, every game from now on is going to be an offensive juggernaut battle.
No balls and 1 strike. The pitch just misses. There's a 1-1 count. Kick in the pitch. Popped up right side, out of play. Reminder, coming up very shortly, it'll be the softball opener of this tournament between Cubs Nike RBI and the White Sox Nike RBI programs. Ryan Sikora, Henry Dominy will be with you from across the street from us at Flames Field. So that game starting up very soon. Stay tuned to social media to find the link to that one. Changing up the networks based off game times, trying to get everyone more promotion. As that is just a bit outside. Try the corner, missed. Ground ball, Diaz is there. 2 out. So he's retired since that leadoff single, 4 consecutive batters. And that brings up the top of the order.
You say that, and the same thing has been said for Kavari Thunderbird. He's only allowed 1 base runner that wasn't by a walk.
That's caught at short by Vasquez, and the inning comes to a close. 3 up, 3 down for Diaz. Bottom 5 up next after this break. We've hit the bottom of the 5th. It's still 1-0 as George Salazar takes that one away in a fastball. Thunderbird still working on a one-hitter. He has been sensational so far, Austin Krim.
How could you not look at how well he's done, Kevin Malater?
(2-0). Make it 3-0. Salazar, who had the entire White Sox defensively backing up about 7-8 steps out in the outfield, takes a strike there, so it's a 3-1 count.
Walked his first time. I'm not really surprised with the power he emits. It's probably the smart idea to do it again.
That's ball 4. He's walked again. So, the tying run has now reached base as the courtesy runner will return in place of Salazar. Luis Gonzalez. Cincinnati grounded out into that phenomenal inning-ending 4-6-3 double play that the White Sox had back in the second inning. Breaking ball that misses high. It's a 1-0 count.
I've noticed some unofficial thing that when you get a decent amount of double plays or even get one, something, whether it's just the infield defense or the outfield defense, they seem to be more in tone with what's really going on. And we saw the 4-6-3 in the second inning, but then just in the fourth inning for the Cubs defense, it was a 2-6-3 double play. And something about those, you see teams, I don't know if it's college level, high school level, sometimes even Cal Ripken or lower levels, when you get those defensive changes that really allow you to go, you know, what we just did was so fluid and smooth and it worked out. Everyone feels a little bit more comfortable. You don't have to focus as much. You don't have to rush as much. You focus on what's going on pitch by pitch and let the game come to you with more fluidity.
So it's a 2-0 count. Collazo went out there trying to calm his pitcher down and try to reset things here. Thunderbird is set. 2-0. Good response.
What a ball 3 chance from the Cubs side.
And we saw a lot of teams that were very vocal. I think the big one that everyone kind of looked at was Cleveland. Nike RBI was a big one last year. On their route, they got in the late final game of Pool Play Dramatics, which they weren't even playing in it. They were at their hotel watching the game. They ended up finding out they were advancing to the championship game because Indy came from behind in the 7th inning to defeat Kansas City. That might be probably the best game in terms of just the dramatics of the situation, as well as the physical quality of play we've had on the baseball side in our network's young history.
I remember watching that game from where I was staying, and it was just like, wow. You watch everything play out. It's you know, sometimes you see they're down and go, you know, that might be wraps. But just the fact that it was every single pitch, it was battle, battle, battle. That really was the best game I've probably seen in a long time.
2-2. That one misses high, and it's a full count. They're making more noise down there in that third base dugout.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm so used to seeing the home team be first base side of the dugout.
That's just you.
Well, that's the summer ball team I work for. They do first base side.
That is just you, my friend.
Really? What does yours do? Do they do third base?
Third base. I think most of the teams in my team's division are on the third base side. So
that's interesting.
Runner goes on a 3-2. This is in the right center field off the bat of Cincinnati, and it's caught on the run there by Essex. This could be a double play, and it will be a double play as they will double up Gonzalez at first. Another double play for the Chicago defense. And there's 2 gone in the 5th.
Cincinnati got every stitch of that baseball, but Ezra Essex really made that over-the-shoulder catch. And then George Salazar's sacrificer, pinch runner, Luis Gonzalez, just kind of was held dead in the rights at second, didn't even know it was caught.
He was on the move on the pitch. He was attempting a steal of second base.
Defense has really been the name of the game so far.
That one misses high, and it's 1-0. And now, once again, another conference. This time it'll bring in the infield. So, just as the Cubs Nike RBI team was gaining some momentum, it's snatched right from underneath them. And Thunderbird has a lot more confidence.
And it's getting later into this one, now being bottom 5. So he's really going through what he's got left in the tank. So when you were able to pull the carpet underneath from a team that's really gaining some offensive strength, we'll see if that tank was rejuvenated a little bit.
Here's the 1-1. That is just below the strike zone. It's 2-1. Flailing at it is Hernandez. And the deuces are wild here in inning number 5. The Cub third baseman who grounded out to second base his lone time up is trying to avoid being strikeout number 4 by Thunderbird. And he will for at least one more pitch. That one misses down on a changeup. Up the middle, a base hit for Hernandez with 2 gone in the inning. So that's exactly what the Cubs RBI team wanted. They wanted those base runners, had that opportunity and some momentum, but they get one back at least.
I really like the approach, though, from Pedro Hernandez. The first few pitches he either swung at or saw he didn't like in the position they were at. He let the ball come to him, realizing that Thunderbird has been going for quite a while. It's been an hour and 11 minutes since the first pitch was thrown. So Thunderbird's been out there not only waiting, but still throwing consistently, trying to stay warm. So letting that pitch come to him, it was a heater inside and was just able to poke it. I like that approach.
Another pickoff attempt and the runner is safe. That is a strike there, and it's 0-1.
Well, now we know who the speedster is.
Pelican, who walked his last time up, and his only time up, which was the 3rd inning. Thunderbird checks again, and Hernandez is safe.
Don't believe there's a disengagement rule for this.
There's not.
So we could see quite a bit.
Some may say the game is being played the way it should be.
Yeah.
A lot of heart, a lot of hustle. You don't need the extra rules. I mean, talking to Xavier Arroyo of the Cubs Nike RBI team pregame, he says he takes immense pride in wearing the royal blue C on his chest and being able to represent the city of Chicago. And I'm sure you ask every guy 1 through 20 on each roster on both the baseball and softball sides, that answer is the same.
Oh, just being able to have the respect and ability to represent not only your city, but sometimes the team you grew up for and love. There's just something about it is that at this young of age, you go, you know, I'm really being put in such a great spot. It's such a blessing to be able to do it, which is why they're all so motivated and really want to just win it all.
Fouled off, and the count holds at 2-2. Chance rained down as the 2-2 comes in. Popped up in a shallow right field. Essex charges. He makes the play. An eventful 5th inning for him out in right field. An eventful 5th inning overall, but the score remains 1-0 here on WCSN. Bunting with the first pitch and pulling it back is Essex, who's had a very strong last inning defensively, Austin.
Not only did he help with that double play, but he also got the final out of the inning. So someone doing it all.
On the ground at third for Hernandez. A long throw, but it's there. And there's one gone in the sixth.
He's also done it defensively. He had that RBI double back in the third inning. That's been the only run that's been scored, Kevin. And with how well defense and pitching has been today, this could be really a one-run game.
Fastball outside corner, strike one. That one is chopped foul, 0-2 on another breaking ball there from Diaz. Emitter, or turf, I should say. Check in the 1-2. Breaking ball that skied in a deep right center field. Pelican and Arroyo coming together. There'll be a Arroyo underneath it. Two gone in the sixth.
Diaz has been locked in really since facing Angel Castro in the fourth inning. Only allowed a single. And since then, he's really been producing a bunch of grounders and now pop-outs. Not as many strikeouts so far. Only one on the day for the Cubs pitching side.
And it was all the way back to the leadoff man in Thomas in the top of the first inning. 3 pitches to start the ball game. Just goes to show you, though, how good their defense has been.
And I think teams have realized this now, that power really does work, but you got to go back to ABC baseball in the end of it and just build for defense and contact, and it's worked so far.
Curveball, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the inning. Diaz delivers. Trying to chase him upstairs and get him to chase. Coming up in about 10 minutes, it'll be the softball opener between these two programs. First of several softball games we have for you this weekend on our group of networks. Ryan Sikora and Henry Domini will have the call for you over from Flames Field, which is, you can literally hit the ballpark with a stone from here, as this ball is sent hard and through for a base hit by Flowers. A 2-out single there. Hit number 5 for the White Sox Nike RBI Ace program.
If you really pull a foul ball, if you're really early on something to get under, you probably could send that foul ball to left center field at Flames Field.
You can see the scoreboard from where we're sitting at. Just on the other side. That's cool how they kind of made it like a ballpark village almost here at UIC. They've done a great job with both facilities.
The soccer stadium right next to it. And track across the street.
It's starting to become more of an Olympic village of sorts. 1 ball, no strikes. Strike there. There's a curveball from Diaz. And it evens it out. But first we'll check in on the runner. Safe there is Flowers.
So even just on that one pickoff move, Kevin, I've noticed that Diaz, he has a slower leg kick and moves a bit more.
And he throws that one away. Flowers, hard turnaround second. He's blowing through the stop sign and headed for third. The throw there, kicks up the line. Now he has to race back to third after initially looking like he was going to go home on the play right there. So with a 2-base error, that sees Flowers on third base and a crucial insurance run.
But I was going to say that when Diaz is going to pitch to home, like for the actual throw itself, he's got a slower leg kick and cranks himself more. Throwing to first, his leg kick is faster and doesn't move. So you could see it on just a one-pitch difference in when he's going to throw over and when he won't.
Downstairs, and it's a 2-0 count.
And Savion Flowers might have saw that, which is why he took a bit of a bigger lead, trying to just ants Diaz on to throw over, and he did.
Hard hit ground ball to short for Vasquez. If he makes the play, the inning's over. It's bobbled. Did he recover? Yes, he did. Carrasquillo. 6-3 ends the inning. Still 1-0. Bottom of the sixth inning, and David Diaz gets his first at-bat after replacing Harvey in the fourth inning. Harvey went 1 for 2 at the dish with a single and a strikeout. Diaz takes strike one to Thunderbird, who's been absolutely incredible.
If you can set the tone and try to go the distance in game one, how do you think the rest of the staff is going to feel about that, Kevin?
That's a great question. And it's probably one of those things where I think every other pitcher on the staff will say, hey, we'll take it. If you're able to do that, it's going to be one of those things where they'll take it no matter what. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him looking. Fastball outside corner. And Thunderbird gets strikeout number 4. So Xavier Arroyo comes up, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2. He's looking to get something going to spark a rally.
Playing with some fight. Told you before the game, this means a lot to him, to his community, and everybody that is on the team. And you know he's looking at his line right now 0 for 2, and he's saying, I got to do better. If I got to win a championship and really want to bring it home for the north side, I really got to do it now. So why not start it?
1-0. Downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Minor just a couple minutes over on WCSN 2 softball underway. Same programs going to battle. Weekly hit up the third base line, and that is a fair ball off the bag. The third hit comes from Arroyo on an infield single.
That's how you do it. Sometimes you really don't have to put that much power and effort into it. And Arroyo just hits it down the line and staying in. You saw Weathers at third try to do his best to just let it run its course and hopefully go foul, but definitely didn't. Outfield is going to be playing back for Carrasquillo.
Yeah, this is going to bring a conference to the mound. The infield will come in as well. Arroyo represents the game's tying run here in the 6th inning. And so now this is a conversation that also includes a lot of strategy, Austin. And how do you go about these next couple of hitters knowing that you are over 180 feet away at this point? Now the runner's just on first base, but got a feeling that I'll probably be running here. How do you handle that as a coach?
So I think defensively, the first baseman, Castro, you got to hold on Xavier Arroyo. You got to be sure, because just based on the way he's looking, he's really intimidating, just trying to move, be antsy. The middle infield, you already see it, short and second. Joey Barbosa and Torrey Cheney are playing closer to the bag, expecting this steal. Outfield's playing back, so they're set up for a high fly ball. Infield needs to be ready for a stolen bag or a chopper.
So it's a 1-0 count. And the dirt, Arroyo got cut off the bag, and he got through on the way. Pizzaio threw it into right field, and Arroyo slides into second as Essex almost threw that ball away as well. Palazzo, I beg your pardon, is trying to backpick Arroyo at first base. And Xavier sees himself on second, so exactly the scenario we're talking now, the runner on second, and only one gone.
And now he's going to have to be held. Barbosa is going to be right behind him playing some mind games.
Ground ball, Arroyo will advance to third as Cheney makes the play. 2 gone in the inning, and now the biggest at-bat of this young tournament belongs to the shortstop in Vasquez.
And it's the shortstop, Jordan Vasquez.
Big spot here, Austin.
I'm not really surprised. Defense is playing him straight up, but there's quite a big hole in the left center alley. And there's a lot of space just behind the shortstop, Barbosa. Savion Flowers in left is now somewhat filling it in as the coaching staff is telling him to move in. But a blooper is all he's looking for.
This is to right center field. Essex going on. It's over his head. The game is tied. Vasquez on his way for second. And he comes through with 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-all.
Who needs to find that left center gap when you can find the right center one, Kevin? And he's got some speed, and he's playing with a lot of energy right now. You can hear him from up here. Vasquez is pumped up.
So Padilla comes up, and now the go-ahead run for Cubs RBI stands on second base.
Still the same outfield defense, though. They're playing that real massive hole in left center. Maybe it's because Kamari Thomas has that speed and range to move to his right a ton if he has to.
First pitch from Thunderbird misses downstairs. 2 pitchers warming up in the White Sox Nike RBI bullpen. A righty and a lefty.
Got to be ready for anything.
Padilla takes high. It's 2-0. Thunderbird starting to show some frustration with himself. As time is called. Throw. Thunderbird. That's a pro response right there.
You don't let the runner get into your head. You don't let the home team, you just really focus on what's going on. It's your battery partner and you, and you're facing up against the one batter. Nothing else matters.
Almost threw that one to the backstop, and it's 3-1. Pressure mounting here.
You only can really wonder, Kevin, how much not only does he have left in the tank, but does he feel knowing that there's still a guy behind me? There are 2 away, though.
3-1. That's Salazar on deck, who's walked twice. Cut on and miss on an upstairs fastball.
Like to see what Thunderbird's out pitch is really going to be here on this. The off speed, specifically that curveball, has not been getting called as much, but if he's not able to locate a heater, it could be another double like what happened to Vasquez.
3-2. Got him swinging. And the inning comes to a close, but Cubs Nike RBI tie the game on a double by Jordan Vasquez. 7th inning coming up next. Don't go anywhere. First pitch strike. Starts inning number 7 in a tie ball game. After the Cubs scored with 2 outs and came through when they needed to most. Hard hit ground ball to the newly inserted Correa at third. And there's one gone. A couple of defensive changes for the Northsiders. Cincinnati moves from second base to the mound. Hernandez goes from third to second. Correa into the ballgame. Diaz's day is done after 3 innings of shutout relief. He might be a guy who, you know, when we talk about the end of this game, he may not be the hero, but he's someone who should definitely get a lot of praise for what he did.
And he definitely does. Just able to keep the game in a spot where you're able to keep it even. And Antoine Harvey came in, had some difficulty. He did give up that 1 run in the third, but Diaz came in and was lights out as well. But both of them combined, the fact you only give up one and really only allow 4 hits or more, that's a great look.
5 hits across the 2. They've only combined, in terms of they being Harvey and Diaz, combined for just 1 strikeout. As this is in the left center field, Arroyo with a long run, but he's there to track it down for out number 1. Out number 2, excuse me.
Wonder what the rule for extras will be, Kevin.
I'm wondering that too. We can pull up the good old-fashioned rule book here in between innings if this game remains tied. Strike there. 0-1. Barbosa's 0 for 2. Cut on and miss. Nothing in 2. Cincinnati's doing a good job so far. He's a strike away from putting Cubs Nike RBI in a great position. The 0-2. Got him swinging. 3 up, 3 down goes White Sox Nike RBI. Bottom 7. Cubs have a chance to walk it off when you come back. George Salazar leads off the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs Nike RBI a chance to walk it off here on night number 1 in the opening game of this tournament. This has been a pretty good opener, Austin Kroom.
It would be quite the spectacle if not only the host team was able to walk it off, but the first game of everything. Way to set the tone.
Good luck topping this the rest of the way.
Something will happen.
Fastball is in there. It's a 2-1 count.
Surprised to see Thunderbird still on the bump.
Yeah, you were surprised by that when he trotted out there in between innings. What's with your surprise as he gets the 2-2 there now after that swing and a miss?
I really think that it is game 1. There's so much. There's about 3 full more days of this. So if you're trying to save your arms, I do get that fact. But I also understand he's only held him to 1 run. So why not go back out?
Swung on and missed there. Palazzo will throw it down to complete the strikeout.
So it makes sense. It's not like Kavari Thunderbird is out there throwing and he's allowed 7 on him or something crazy. He's really allowed 3 hits, 1 run, and that 1 run and 2 of those 3 hits only came last inning. So he's still been locked in. It's just the fact that this is the first game and you don't want to push a guy too far if he has to come in within the next couple of days.
Cincinnati on the day is 0 for 2 with 2 double plays. Popped up foul, and it's 1-1.
Not trying to do that again.
He's not. One. That's a strike, 1-2. One and two from Thunderbird home. Got him looking. Fastball on the outside corner, and there's two gone.
Whew. That was dirty. Two punchies in a row. I just like the way he's been mixing in everything, Kevin, whether it be his off speed. We talked about the out pitch. It was unsure what he was going to go with in that last half inning to get the strikeout to end it against Padilla. He went with the heater. And then the past few to Salazar and Cincinnati, he's also gone heater. 3 straight punchies in a row.
That right there is off the outside corner. One ball, one strike. Hernandez on the day is 1 for 2. Strike there, and it's 1 and 2 now.
But he's keeping the same approach. The things that have been called on him have been away. So does he now have to protect? Yes, but he's waiting for the pitch to come to him.
In the dirt.
And I think there's somewhat just about the way that Pedro Hernandez is stepping in the box. I've only watched him for 2 ABs, Kevin. He steps out into the left when he's hitting to widen his stance and really give him not only a better zone, but better view and spray depth for where he's going to put the ball.
Popped him up, straight back out of play.
You know, some guys, when they get into that 2-strike approach, they squat more, they choke up on the bat, they uppercut a bit more and stay inside. Pedro Hernandez, he's already pretty far down, just the way he's sitting and waiting for a pitch to approach him. So I think the way, in the fact that he starts already, his foot is out by the time he steps forward. He's way more open. It's almost like his chest is halfway angled in that 4-3 hole on the right side of the infield. It just allows everybody and himself to not only see the pitch, but to try to feel it out.
Yes, there is a conversation going on between what appears to be a tournament official as well as coach and an umpire.
Believe they might be talking about this is
pitch count, probably is my guess.
Pitch count or the timing. It's 2 and 2, 2 away, and if this one is happened to be a third out, it's extras. And with only a 2-hour runtime allowed per game, 16 minutes for extra innings, which could take an hour in any other situation, might be difficult, but Kevin, it will be the pitch count.
So Thunderbird's day comes to an end with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the 7th inning. 6 2/3. He allowed just the 1 run, 3 hits, and he was sensational in terms of getting the strikeouts as well, Austin, mixing those pitches left and right.
And that's really what you're going to get, a guy whose fastball is his main pitch. He throws in that changeup a little bit, but he also goes to that really nasty beach ball-esque curveball. Has a lot of lift and a lot of drop. And it was shown at the beginning of the game more than at the end of it. But Kavari Thunderbird, the past 3 men he faced, one of those being the last out in the 6th inning, Padilla, then Salazar and Cincinnati, 3 strikeouts, Kevin. The fact that he was able to strike out the final 3 guys, getting close to that pitch limit and really not having much left in the tank shows that he's resilient through and through.
So his day is done after picking up 6 strikeouts. Only walked 3 hitters. He's got no one on base, and his relief pitcher is going to get him at least attempt to just go for 1 inning here, or at least 1 pitch, possibly 2. So this is a high drama situation unfolding here at Curtis Granderson Stadium. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll step aside for a moment when you come back with the remainder of this game here on WCSN.
Okay.
2 out, 2 strikes. Here you go.
So we don't know who's pitching. That's as simple as that.
But he gets a strikeout there. That is impressive.
Yeah.
And we're going to the 8th here on WCSN. Welcome back Top of the 8th inning, extra innings. Barbosa is the ghost runner on second base. On the 18U baseball side, at least at Curtis Granderson, we did not have an extra innings game last tournament. So here we go.
Why not? Game 1.
How about this to open up the tournament? Squaring the bunt and fouling it off is Cheney, who's 1 for 2. Cheney has the lone White Sox run today. It was in the 3rd inning. Bunt there, he gets it down, up along the 3rd base line. Cincinnati, not in time. 1st and 3rd, bunt single for Cheney.
That's where it gets interesting.
And that brings up the top of the order. Kavari Thomas on the day is 0 for 3.
No batting gloves. That's an interesting look.
It is.
You don't see many guys do that, whether it's high school, college, pros, any of that. Mainly because the sting just hurts, and in a place like Chicago, it gets cold. So you want to keep your hands as warm as possible. Right now, that's not a worry, but the stinging might be.
Strike 1 there. Thomas didn't like it.
Third base coach is already telling him, just forget about it. I like that he's involved immediately. Have to be.
Fro is on the money, so there's not going to be any wild pickoff attempts yet. See what I did there?
I see.
You're welcome. 0-1. Ground ball. This will get the run in, but the Cubs will turn 2 for 6-3 as Barbosa comes in across, and White Sox Nike RBI in their ace programs take a 2-1 lead in extras.
And you really have to do that with extra innings, Kevin. With now there being the ghost runner on second, you hear from a decent amount of teams, and whether it's summer ball or any of it, if you don't get the guy in, it's a loss. As much as it's not necessarily, because, you know, anything can happen in the game of baseball, but with a guy in scoring position starting the inning, it seems like for some guys that you're already down 1, have to tie it.
2 balls, no strike is the count. 2-1 is the score with 2 gone in the 8th inning. Extra innings here in game 1. Strike there, 2-1.
Gracious call.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out now. Austin liked that one. Cincinnati induces a ground ball to short. Vasquez on the charge, not in time. Essex already beat it out. The ball getting away is just an afterthought at that point. And so a 2-out base runner for the Sox.
I like that. Real moving down the line.
It is ruled a hit.
Okay.
Runner goes, pitches high, throw down from Salazar is not in time. Still on base there for Essex. One ball count. Lazo, who had the sacrifice fly, which scored the lone White Sox Nike RBI run up until now, is at the dish. Chops this one to first. It's bobbled, but the inning will still come to an end. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Final chances for Cubs Nike RBI here on the Windy City Sports Network. So now we're in the bottom of the 8th, and Cubs Nike RBI, their final 3 chances, down 2-1, and a little bit of deja vu. The 8-hole hitter is the ghost runner on second base in Hernandez, with the 9-hitter Pelican, an outfielder leading things off.
And based on the way the defense is playing, Angel Castro first is expecting a bunt as well.
Look at how far he's creeping in. Expects it and pulls it back.
Very much deja vu. Still don't know who's on the bump, though.
No, we do not. Officially.
All vibes.
All vibes. We're in extra innings right now.
I had to.
2-0's the count. Three and 0. Okay.
Let's see the approach. I would be surprised to see a shown bunt here. Even being a 3-0 count and still trying to move him. If you can get a free walk, do it.
Ball 4. Pelican works a walk. That's his second of the afternoon. And there's 2 on and no one out. Ryan Correa comes up to bat now. Correa has not had an at-bat in this game. He gets it down to third base, and he throws it away. Hernandez to score. The game is tied. Second and third for Cubs Nike RBI.
I understood what he was doing. It was the smart play to go to third, but just a bad flip. Now there's a guy 90 feet away from walking it off.
So it's a 2-2 game now. Here in the bottom of the 8th. The winning run is Pelican on third as Arroyo pops it foul.
Technically, that's a sacrifice with an error, but he's on second. But it's too much. It's too much. He's on second and third. That's all you need to know.
The run that currently matters is the one in Pelican on third. As Arroyo pops this one up, Cheney backing up, Essex coming in. The right fielder makes the catch. Pelican faked out everyone. And it's out number one. They remain on second and third.
Ready next, first baseman, Alberto Carrasquillo.
And now they're going to walk him below the bases. So now you get, that's probably the smart move. Austin, disagree?
No, I do agree with this move. The fact you now have a force out anywhere and you can throw it home, throw to first, it's actually an easier double play than you think because you can really just sling it home and sling it back to first.
Jordan Vasquez has a chance to walk it off. He had the heroic RBI double in the 6th inning to tie the game.
Bunch of teams are watching this one.
The opening night game.
Kansas City, Minnesota, Cincinnati, and Cubs Nike RBI 15U.
Ground ball, but that is going to be touched on foul by Weathers at third. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the 8th. Crushed, but out of play. So 0-2 now. And the drama continues to build. In the dirt, and that one is blocked there by Collazo. Jordan Vasquez. Already an RBI in this tournament. Can he make it 2 and win this game for Cubs Nike RBI? Back up the middle, play at the plate out there, and that's all they'll get. So 2 gone in the inning. And now everything rides with the bat of Padilla. On a fielder's choice.
This would be quite the way to snap an 0-for-3 game.
Fly out, ground out, strikeout. Down and away. Downstairs, 2-0 now. Gus Padilla, 0-for-3 on the day, but has a chance to play the hero. 2-0. There's a strike.
Good get me over, curveball. Just finding any way to do it. Change the eye level and speeds, because then Gus Padilla has no idea what's coming next.
Popped him up. Barbosa underneath it, and the inning comes to a close. Cubs Nike RBI leaves them loaded. We'll be back after this here on WCSN.
Aaron Scott's going to be the pinch runner on second. Savion Flowers going to try to put up another one. Still tied 2-2, now 9.
Like Austin said, we are in the 9th inning. Believe it or not, here in the opening game of this tournament. Flowers cuts and misses. Scott taking an aggressive lead off of second base. That one's tapped weakly. Samsonetti makes a nice play there for out number 1. So now, once again for White Sox Nike RBI. A runner on third and less than 2 outs. Drama really kicking into full swing here in this one, as we've hit the 9th inning. First extra innings game of this tournament. It happens to be in game 1 of this tournament. Castro 1 for 3. Takes that one down and away.
Why not start off the weekend with some fireworks, Kevin?
Exactly right.
Makes
Why
it
not?
fun.
Why not? Go ahead run on third. 1-1. Castro late there on a breaking ball.
And for Castro, throughout the game, they've been playing him back. But now the outfield is playing a middle, right in the middle of the grass, because if anything is to the outfield, it could be a sac fly if they're too far back.
That's a good pitch there, 1-2.
That was nasty.
Two and two. Fastball, I just rode up. Just missed downstairs. So now the count works at full with 1 out in the inning. Austin, what you going for this pitch?
So off speed could be good to just fool him, because it's 3-2, runner 90 feet away. You would assume that a heater could be coming here. But if he hangs anything off speed, it could be trouble.
He goes off speed and gets him for out number 2.
I like the placement of that off speed pitch. Most guys think in a situation like that, you're going to try to get them to go down, so they sit down more, they squat a bit more, they're prepared to slap. So the fact that he went that slider upstairs, almost right at the letters, I don't believe that Angel Castro was expecting that pitch at all.
Neither do I. First pitch strike there to Vasquez. The DH from Andrian. Class of 2024. Strike 2. An emphatic strike 2.
Umpire got a bit ahead of himself.
Man's having some fun with that one.
Oh, man.
It is a 2-strike count. That might be the most emphatic strike 3 we've had ever. Strike 2.
Yeah.
Strike 3 on strike 2. I will say, though, if that's strike 2, if he takes one in strike 3, you got to one-up it.
He's got to do like a
gotta
split.
one-up
He's got to
it.
do a split, a backflip, something.
You have to one-up it.
We'll see.
Got him swinging. All right. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Still tied at 2 here on WCSN. Bottom of the 9th inning. George Salazar with Gus Padilla as the runner on second base. Cubs Nike RBI needs 1 run to win the game. First pitch is fouled off of first.
I got to say, Kevin, if this happens, to go 10. Normal extra innings on top of it being a 7-inning game. That'd be a first.
2 ghost runners.
Oh, yeah.
Padilla doesn't want that, though, and neither does Salazar, as George takes that one high. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Inside on a breaking ball, it's 2-1.
I have a story on 2 ghost runners, but I don't know if this is the time to explain it, so I'll leave it for another time.
That's for the 11-inning game we have after this one.
Don't do that.
Salazar on the ground at third. Weathers has a choice. He goes 1, and that's where the lone out will come as Padilla stays at second.
Is it rightful to not hope that the next one goes 11?
That's
trust me, I
no
love
comment.
this. I love this game. I love broadcasting, Kevin. The same goes to you, but
no comment. No comment.
Plausible deniability. I like it.
Sure. Here's Cincinnati, the pitcher. Could he be the winning pitcher and win it himself? As he swings and misses there.
Another guy who's 0 for 3. 2 double plays and a strikeout looking.
0-1. Just off the corner, 1-1.
Good call, Blue.
Kind of fooled all of us there for a second.
He started motioning with his right hand. I thought he was calling it a strike away.
1-1. Good breaking ball there. It's 1-2. The motion's what impressed you with that one.
Yeah, that moved quite a bit.
The pitch. This is in the right center field. Essex on the run. He's got it. And now they can double up Padilla at second, but Essex cannot make it on-line throw. So 2 gone in the inning. Pedro Hernandez now with 2 gone. He scored the game's tying run in the 8th inning. One for 3 at the plate. Breaking ball, strike 1. 0-2. Sammy Castillo is the pitcher for White Sox Nike RBI. Oh, 2. Off the corner. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Hernandez on the ground is short. Barbosa up with it on the run. Inning over. We are through 9. It is 2-2 here on WCSN. Well, you're seeing the handshake line. That means one thing. This game is over. It ends in a 2-2 tie through 9 innings of play. Gavin later here at Boston Crew. What a fun game that was, though.
Who would have thought that the first game to start it off would have gone the distance, not only inning-wise, but time limit-wise as well.
That's the reason why this game is now done. It's reached the 2-hour time limit after the scheduled first pitch, after the first pitch was thrown. So that's going to be all for us. Softball currently on WCSN 2. We will be back in roughly 40 minutes with a 15U game between the Cubs and the White Sox Nike RBI programs. Our thanks to all of you for watching. With Boston Crew, I'm Cavalier saying so long from Curtis Granderson Stadium.